Though I am curious, we talked about our first desert buses, but did we get to the point of like how you explain to your parents what desert bus is? Do you? Let's start with that. Are you ashamed?
No, my parents have watched a bunch of the YouTube clips and stuff. Yeah.
Apparently, my parents showed my grandparents the first year that I sang Karma on shift. I kind of hope they didn't show my grandparents anything else.
I of course I showed the clip of me singing the song for their anniversary, but like they're all, oh, that's so nice. What is that? I'm all, you've donated money to them through me. I've told you about this. Like I used your credit card to donate money in previous years, so they know about it, and then they forget like every year.
Sometimes it's a good thing to forget, so you can start over fresh.
Yeah, I mean, like 2018 when I started watching it, my family were in town, so I was theoretically meant to spend time with them, and I tried to put it on for them, and they did not get it.
Yeah, that's fair.
They were just like, "What is this? Can we change it?" And I was like, "Okay."
My mom tuned in as I was getting off of the Clipper one year to find Graham's wrestler intro, which she questioned the age appropriateness of in a way that became mimetic that year.
Yeah,
Was that the one with the...
No, it was.
Ron.
I think it was the Finn Balor one. It was
Oh.
the Finn
Yeah, it
Balor
was the
entrance where he came in with the
It
the
was
black
Finn Balor.
jacket and the shorts and
There
the
you go.
boots. Yeah.
And so,
Chet's
like,
got it.
Yay.
and lucky for me ish, my parents have known about Desert Bus since the first year. I've just been like, because James was one of the first drivers. So I was like, hey, they're doing this charity fundraiser thing. They're playing a game and weird things are happening in the background, or people are talking or whatever. And they were like, oh, okay, cool. And so like they've sort of understood. Like they don't understand all of the extra that has happened over the years, but like they tune in. Like every once in a while, I'll get a text being like, I see you on the internet. I'm like, thanks, Mom. And then occasionally I'll see their donation, and I'm like, thanks, Mom.
Yeah, I genuinely, my parents and grandparents is who I started using the Jerry Lewis telethon with, and I did have to explain to my mom after the first year, like, no, we're not actually on an actual physical bus. Yeah. They don't shove us on a bus. Yeah. It's okay.
Could you imagine? Wait, did they assume the bus is actually moving?
That's what my mom thought.
Okay.
It was like, oh, you're on a bus.
That made for hope.
I mean, the name.
In the desert.
It is right there in the names.
Yeah.
I explained I was going to Victoria, and she was like,
There's no desert.
why?
There's no desert in Victoria. I don't understand. My brain was like price of gas and also like reception and how would we, But there was, I think it was the second year that I did Desert Bus, there were people that were actually driving from Tucson to Vegas.
That was one of the first years.
That was Fangamer.
Fangamer, okay, yeah.
And they tried to do some stuff along the way and meet people and
Yeah, that there were like people who were watching like would meet them in
because I
parking
think
lots on the way.
I don't know if there's still, but they were in Tucson, like that's where they were based out of. So it made sense, and they were trying to get to Vegas, and like they were checking in with us and calling it. Yeah, it was fun. And I think technically we beat them, but there were viewers involved in what slowed them down.
Trying to slow them down as like a competition.
Like I think it was very, very close, and we may have beaten them by like a matter of minutes. Or it could have been we just didn't answer the call. Like no, we still got.
That sounds like us.
Sorry, we're having technical issues.
Yeah. But yeah, like that was fun to do as well. But yeah, like I've used the telethon for like extended family. In BC, we have the Variety Charity of Hearts that goes on every year in February, and like Variety is another like sort of children's charity that helps like buy mobility aids and vans and that kind of thing. And so it's really big in British Columbia. And they do have like a televised telethon that they do, and they bring in, local BC celebrities or other big ones. And they do have people that come and, you know, perform on stage and that kind of thing. So it's a lot more helpful for like BC folk to understand a little bit more when I say it that way. But yeah, it certainly depends on who I'm talking to. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm volunteering for a charity fundraiser.
Yeah.
I don't want you to find me. Like, it's this too weird.
How many levels deep of explanation do you really want?
Yeah.
I mean, I explained it to my coworkers, and it was just like, you know, there's a game called Desert Bus, and it's very boring.
Yeah.
So we make it so that people have to pay money to make us play it for longer, and the more money they donate, the longer we have to play it, and there's an algorithm so we don't have to play it forever, and then it's very boring, so we come up with other goofy things to do at the time. That generally gets the point across.
Coworkers get the explanation. If it's just like I have to deal with a lot of like beer and wine reps at work, and
Depends on what kind of work, yeah.
Yeah, and when I'm like, I'm not gonna be putting in the order this week. It's gonna be somebody else. It's like, oh, why? And it's like, I'm volunteering for a children's charity. Bye.
Yeah.
Someone in chat said this, which is this is my experience when I say like, oh, I am volunteering for a children's charity, like or a charity event where we raise money for a charity that provides. What do we say? Like games and toys for resources for children's hospitals.
They put people in the hospital.
Right, for people in the hospital for a week.
For the children.
Yeah, exactly. But when they're like, oh, that's cool, and I'm like, and we've raised over 11 million in lifetime, and they're like, wait, what? Now it's legit. Let me listen to what you have to say. And I was like, I've been doing it like a decade, and
That's funny. That's usually the part that I avoid because I don't want to be like responsible for explaining in detail what this really cool thing is. So I'm just like, it's just a charity. Don't worry about it.
I did a radio interview several years ago, and it was local here, and I still remember, like, you could tell he pulled the short straw and ended up having to, you know, do this interview and was super not psyched about it, and so I was like,
you got the Ashley.
because it was an early morning, and so whoever was coordinating at the time was like, hey, like, you tend to work in the background, so you could take this call. Do you mind? I was like, no, I don't mind at all. So it was like, can you explain to me, you know, what you're doing? And I went into the whole spiel, and you were, oh, cool. So you raise money for a children's charity. How much have you raised this year so far? And I was like, well, so far this year we've raised $150,000. I'm sorry, what? And I was like, like we're 2.5 days in or whatever it was. We've raised $150,000 for the children's charity. However,
USD.
over the course of, you know, it's garbage truck.
Oh.
But lifetime, we've raised over $9 million. I'm sorry, what now? And I was like, oh, are you wanting to restart this? I would really like to restart this. So I thought you might.
You gotta take them out seriously now.
Totally restarted it all. And after he hung up, he was like, I apologize if I didn't sound enthusiastic. And I was like, you're not the first person. I said it is hard, and like, I get it when you see like a printout of sort of what's going down. I understand why it's like, okay, cool, I guess I'll do this one. But like, it is kind of...
Well, and it's also like, are there any super celebrities behind this? Any movie stars? Obviously, there needs to be like, no, we're just a bunch of us.
No, just a bunch of internet clowns. You know, with good hearts that are just trying to make a little bit of a difference in the world, and this is what we do. You know, yes, Penn and Teller have been involved in the production of the video game that we play, and they have called in and they've donated both, you know, financially and prizes over the years, and Ooh.
It's fun watching the condescension melt.
I need more of that in my life, to be honest.
Right?
I get the imposter syndrome when it melts, where I'm like, oh, but I can't, I'm not responsible for this, please stop looking at me like that. That's why I downplay the number, but...
It's a very authentic Carrie experience.
Watching it melt for other people and watching them go like, oh, okay.
Yeah, once you say the word million, then people, they're like, I can hear it over the, like, I was telling some of my customers why I couldn't, you know, help them reset their passwords next week and or this week, and having to explain blah blah blah. And then, by the way, over X million dollars. And go, huh?
Yeah.
Like a meerkat.
Definitely, it's helpful to sort of level set that. But then when I feel like I need to send clips, because if you just tune in randomly, either we're just like chilling and it's cool and we're having conversation with friends. It feels very like a summer camp chill with my friends.
Or it's Matt the Bus King murdering us all on set.
Yeah, exactly. Or a race as a crab down the hallway. What is even
One of my
happening?
sisters tried to tune in the first year because she moved to Taiwan, so Zeta Shift was the right time for her to watch me. And she was like, yeah, I tried to watch, but it was just like 10 minutes of some guy explaining what he keeps in his bag, and I was like, yeah, we did that. We did that for like an hour. If you couldn't make it through 10 minutes, tuning out was fine. I think we did like Beeges and Camerons, and like we did a bunch of people's everyday carry in a row. And I think the only one who did like a bag was Cam, and he had a lot of stuff in there, and I see why she kind of got bored if she wasn't bought in.
It was Beach's coat because he just kept pulling out little pots of unguents.
Yeah. They were doing their everyday carry and like the item they kept things packed in, and just that was enough to drive my sister off, and honestly that's probably a good thing. I'm kind of out in more ways here than I am with my family, so.
But how will she know about Beach's unguents?
She just won't, and she also won't know about my pronouns, and that's better for everyone.
I think I've appreciated GIFs and highlight reels to just say like this, because also I can curate. I was like, this would appeal to you.
Yeah.
This moment of us like crying and hugging each other and being like, look at how much we're raising for the children is for mom and like my weird friends. We were having this conversation about like the idea of Desert Bus just being like a weird yes and that just keeps going on forever, and then it like evolves into like Lazonia and I have my own nation and what is happening? Don't worry, just go with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think the first year that I was on camera more than I was volunteering behind the scenes, someone, you could tell me, chat. It was a challenge to like dress someone up as a bird, and I was like, okay, I volunteer, and I just ran off stage into what we had the friend zone, and I was like, I need to be a bird. Everyone just like jumped up and were like grabbing trash and just like putting it on me.
Yeah, you were a trash bird.
Yeah, I was trash bird, and there's a picture of me soaring over the mountains as trash bird with like a party hat as my nose, and nobody questioned it. It was just like, caca, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be a bird, no problem.
Exactly. This is just a very yes and experience.
Yeah.
You know, it's really helpful for popping in and seeing a bit or two and getting a good understanding of it is going to the YouTube page. Because they're all clipped, like, beginning to end. You see the whole bit together. You're not popping in halfway through.
Yeah.
This is how I was able to watch me and Graham act out the store sped back up.
Yeah.
Because we did it at quarter
saw that.
speed.
Excellent.
I'm gonna check that one out.
You
That's
can
very
use
good.
the poster map for that too.
Yes,
because it
that is very
links to
helpful.
though that only works for bits that are on the poster, but like it's still really useful. If you need to remember what happened a specific year, you can look at the poster and then follow it to the videos.